Okay, session 2 of Land of the Free. Mega adventure for Cyberpunk 2020 that we are trying out in Vale 2020. That will be releasing in July for Gauntlet Hangouts, which is a part of the Gauntlet community that you can find on G+. Just search for the Gauntlet or go to gauntlet-rpg.com and see what it's all about. So if you've been watching these videos for like the year or whatever that I've been putting them on my channel and you keep being like, what the is the Gauntlet? Just check it out on G+, or follow on Twitter too at Gauntlet RPG, and you can be like, who are you? What do you do? And Jason, one of the lead organizers who's managing the Twitter, will tell you what it is about. So with that out of the way, we left our, I was going to say heroes, but you're not really heroes. You're in it for yourselves, right? We left our anti-heroes saving Adriana and ostensibly and whatchamacallit, beautiful in the conventional sense of the word person who in her picture looks like she's probably 32, but is like 18 or 19 apparently. In the way that like that artwork is anyway. And you guys had just nabbed her out of a convoy that was taking her to a different airport, and to great effect messed up a van and a limousine that was carrying Adriana at the time. In a cool way, you like hacked it and made it kill the guy and sped off into the distance, and then we saw you guys heading to presumably the other airport, Newark International Airport, to catch the airship out / luxury blimp times, right? That's what the airship is. There's notes about how airships are kind of like have become what the English used to do for train cars, like really luxurious. You can like pay in different stages, and at the highest level you're kind of like weighted upon and all that. So they're also sort of like technological marvels apparently, because I guess they hadn't heard of blips in this timeline or whatever. And so it's commonplace for other ships and stuff like that to kind of try to fly parallel and in tandem with these ships, just to get like looks at who is on the airship and stuff like that, if they're rocker boys and rocker girls and stuff like that, and also admire the technology at work here. So as we come into the scene again, you guys are in like that off-roading type vehicle, loaded up into this place. And is the plan to go to Newark right away? There's a note about like stuff that players should know about airports, which is like you can't it's the future and it's cyberpunk, but you can't just like bring a whole bunch of weapons onto private airplanes and stuff like that. And there's notes about how you might circumvent that, and a reminder that Adriana has a fake ID with y'all, and her name is Claire Warren. So yeah, like the fake papers and all that kind of stuff is ready for her. You've got your like papers for going on this luxury cruise and stuff like that. What are people's thoughts? What do people want to do next?
I can't believe I spent $450 on a sword, and now you're telling me I can't take it on the plane.
Well, there's ways around this, right? It says the first thing the characters might want to do is try to smuggle stuff.
Do you think that as we're like bumping along in the car, because it's an off-road vehicle, right? I should have looked at everyone's names. I think to Doom and Bina, I'm gonna be like, you guys, I can't take my sword on the plane.
And I can't take my sword on the plane. This is really problematic.
Sword Club. Do you think you could just like hack the manifest or something and like get us a waiver?
Yeah, probably.
Is that how planes work?
Right,
So
well, it's only one way to find out.
like have like a air marshal pass or something for it or something like that, right?
I don't know, like a special cargo thing.
Social car. I am able to take a sword, please. Thank you.
Hey,
Hack the
I'm no
manifest.
hacker. If I could punch my sword onto the plane, I would.
Hello, my name is Omen, and this is my friend Sword. He has a ticket.
We just need to give all of our swords to one person, and then only that person needs the special exemption.
Excuse me,
Okay.
Mr. Simpson, what do you need with 3 swords? Oh, in case one of them breaks or something.
I'm in the military. It's self-explanatory.
The only problem with that is that no one can use my sword. It's coded to my hand.
Well, if I have your hand, then that shouldn't be a problem.
Just detach it. It's fine.
I didn't have enough money for arms.
Well, hands are cheaper. Just get some light hands, and then later on you can upgrade to the arms. It's all good.
I just don't want to throw away my sword.
Okay, we've got a mutual agenda here. I think we should look at circumventing something so we can get our swords on the plane. Good idea.
Do you
Are we
want
going to be able to get the motorcycle on the plane?
And we could ship it, right?
And my turntables, do they count as a weapon?
I'm sure they're fine.
Okay.
It says here's some suggestions that you could do. Smuggle them. Get rid of all your weapons. Probably not what you want to do. Try to hide a gun somewhere on their body. Modern sniffers will spot polymer one-shots, but a character might have something specifically designed or built, either a gun made of special materials or a case designed to screen them off. Or try to bring a weapon in a cyber lib. No big deal, right? Just pop it in your storage compartment. Or ship the weapons in a cargo area. This is legal, but the weapons must be dismantled and declared. No ammunition is allowed. We can just say that ammunition is allowed. Bribery and fast talking. That's also a thing.
I'm carrying an unusually large shotgun, like not a subtle weapon at all. I think I'm going to have to go for the break it down and ship it separately thing. I'm going to have to check my shotgun.
Yeah.
Which is the least punk thing, I think. Waiting in line, approaching a desk. Hey, I've just got this. It is a weapon. Declaring it. Can I get a receipt for that, just so when I get to the other end?
Yeah. So you're gonna ship it in the cargo area? Sounds
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Man.
And other people are trying to hack manifests or something? Make it legal?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so who's
Sword
going to
Club
do that?
never parts with their swords.
Right. So who's doing the hacking?
Is this team Doom and Bina again? Try to do this together? You're in your netbook and then me and my turntables?
Is this a group action? Roll hack, please. Cool. Okay, so
Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking we might even be able to just get like a personal security stamp on our tickets.
Oh yeah.
And
okay.
I mean, I know there's probably miles of paperwork we have to go through to get that, but since when do we do things legally anyway through the channels? So I mean, if we can hack in and just get our tickets modified so that it shows we're allowed to have weapons, then problem solved.
Makes sense. Okay, so are y'all trying this out? Is it y'all, like the both of you, the team
Yes.
turntable action happens
Yes. That's right. Netbook turntable action.
as you're like in the line to get into Newark. Probably it's very like anticlimactic because you like burn off of the streets right after messing up all those people, and then the next cut is suddenly like a jump cut to you just waiting in Newark traffic, right? It's just like a
Waiting
bunch
at
of honking sounds. There's like a
Oh,
line
interesting.
read to like some other limousine or whatever, so you could like use their internet so that if they get hacked or whatever, that would be funny. Hey babe, it's really hot because of climate change. Cool. So is it Doom that is doing the actual action, or is it Bina?
By all means, if you want to do, if you want to lead this.
Okay. Yeah, I'll lead it. It's all good.
You're the infiltration specialist, right? Something like that. Was that what you took for your specialty as a pusher?
Yes. Internet. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. I am in the
Nice.
internets. Okay, cool. So how is it that you feel?
I think I feel I need to actually bring up my character sheet.
I have the handout for the feeling wheel there now too, if anyone needs it.
I want to say I feel pretty powerful again. I mean, this is my jam after all. Like breaking into networks and messing with people's data.
What else is there to do when you're waiting for the
Right?
domestic flights
I mean,
right? Like,
some people read books, but that's boring.
yeah, some people are on ebooks, but you're just hacking it up, hacking the airport that you're driving
Hacking
to.
it up. Hack the
Okay.
planet.
So let's see. What do we want the stakes to be for this? I think that cyberpunks would probably be pretty good at this already anyway. I don't know if it's a high stake role. Let's say that the stake is that it might be that you raise like an alarm and they might be more cautious looking at people going through security.
Okay, that sounds good.
I don't think they're so good as to be like able to backtrace you to the lineup in the domestic line or something like that. But yeah, maybe they'll be on alert or something. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Cool. So if you're doing it together, why don't you guys roll? You can roll with advantage, and then you're implicated in the success and failure. There being.
Okay. Let me figure out this. Roll dice. Wait, no other modifiers?
Nope. Just
Okay.
advantage though too.
Yep.
Nice. That is a really good. That's what I like to call a crit. A really good. So crit, you gain additional benefit, effect, or advantage in the doing now or later. What do you think that is? What's the additional benefit?
We get upgraded.
Oh
yeah, luxury liner upgraded to mega first class.
Mega class.
Mega awesome class.
Yes. Sweet. I like that a lot. That's totally something hackers would do too. Sweet. Okay, so while you guys are like, doing this stuff, I think Adriana.
Free gourmet meal. Open bar.
Yeah, usually you only get it if you cross the ocean, right?
Yeah, no, Adriana's on her own, man. Once we get on, we're gonna get completely smashed, and be completely useless. I hope she
Sweet.
brought her own gun.
She did not have a gun. She was being escorted, so they did not, allow that to happen. But you'll notice that, like, we get the scene of the honk honk, and we see you guys like hacking away and stuff like that. The other characters, you'll notice that Adriana is like a little bit panicked. She's looking around and like a little bit paranoid. She doesn't have the wherewithal that cyberpunks have, right? Like, you're always being hunted, you're always on the run. But not Adriana. She's been like, working at the lab all her life. So I guess for like the last 5 years or something like that, because she's 20. But she's wise beyond years in a shuttered kind of way. But we also get a shot as the camera like moves down, showing you all and all the characters in the car. You see that she also has a briefcase that is like got the shackled thing, right? Like a thing to her arm, and it's chained to her wrist, and it has like I think she like says that when she saw the whatchamacallit, who was that guy that the security officer that was supposed to be here but wasn't? The one romanced?
Yeah, I was trying to remember his name earlier. I didn't note it down.
Pitch?
Does anyone remember?
Pitch.
Ah, that's right, Pitch.
Right, yeah. So Pitch, she says like there's a security guard who was working a couple nights ago who programmed this, and he didn't like show, like he pretty much just set the code right in front of me, even though he wasn't supposed to. So then she like puts in the code. It's got like little like beeper thing with the numerical pad, right? And as it pops open, you see a bunch of optical computer storage disks that are coded, and only net runners can crack them with a programming roll.
We like
Zip
CDs?
What?
Are these zip disks or CDs?
Well, they're optical
Sony mini
storage
discs.
disks, so they must be CDs, right?
No, there got to be Sony mini discs.
Yeah, mini discs are better, that's for sure. That's my futuristic technology. Even in the Veil, I'm like, oh, mini discs, that's where it's at.
What's wrong with the floppy? What happened to the floppy?
I don't know. But she said it's going to take like days to decrypt this stuff. But you're welcome to it. I don't know why I was the one that was transferring the data. I've only been working there for the last few years. Do you know, like, I think she like looks around and looks at all your weapons, and she's like, I don't think you can carry that on the plane. And then maybe right then, that's when you finish the hacking, right? It's like ding ding, like a great little check mark or something like that.
Yeah. Just like, don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Maybe the passcode that I gave you is not paper and some like futuristic actual technology. Beyond that, it's smart paper, right? And you see your like boarding pass change to like platinum or something like that. Maybe it's like black or something instead of the regular white or something. So it's not even gold, it's black. It's beyond it. It's platinum. So sweet. And sweet, yeah. I think we don't need to linger on you going through security and all that. We'll just have like a montage, right, of comical moments, probably of them checking your persons. Is there anything particularly funny that they might find? Any like metal things, or like when you're being searched for, that like funny things like that might come up in the scene for anybody?
I imagine there's a scene at like a metal detector where Ratchet's like taking off his jewelry, and it's like necklace, rings, and like a line's forming behind him, rings on the other hand, big thick belt with like a huge metal buckle on it, another necklace, probably like a nipple ring that he's got to take out as well. Belly button, just jewelry for days.
And yet you still go through security and you get like beep beep beep, and someone's like, so your belt or something like that, like something very.
There's a toe ring.
Yeah.
Is this one of those situations where he's going to have to drop trowel so they can make sure that his Prince Albert isn't setting things off?
I mean, I don't have to, but I definitely do. Like it's an option.
Not a requirement, but it's more of a hobby.
Yeah, the Prince Albert is like carbon fiber, and they're like, that wouldn't have set it off. And you're like, well, you know, better safe than sorry. And you've
Carbon
got,
fiber.
like...
And then in the next lane, you see Doom, and she's walking through, and the thing goes off, and she's like, "Showed you my card." It's like the prosthetic card. It's like, I have prosthetics. They're like, we still have to verify. And she's like, the eye, it's the ear, it's, come on, guys.
Yeah.
I was waving it all over her, and it's just like beep 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 beep. And she's looking over at Omen and like, oh, I wish I could take it off.
Sweet. And I think Adriana's like stammering her name out, right? And maybe like she's just like, sorry, I just had like a lot of coffee. I'm pretty wired at the moment, right? As she's like trying to remember her name's Claire Warren. What were you gonna say, Darren?
Oh, to Doom, because aside from these wired reflexes, I have nothing. Owen's just like shrugging. He's like, oh, you all have all this junk. And I'm like, I think Owen's probably just clutching onto his sword, and they're like, can you just put it through the detector and like you can pick it up on the other side? I'm like, no. Sorry.
It's for sure a scene of like the employees at the airport trying to put Venus turntables as like checked baggage because like it's over the limit for like carry-on baggage, and like she's like, no, this cannot be checked, and she's just like having it out with like the airport staff about trying to check her turntables.
Right. Or then you showed the platinum card and they're like, oh, no weight limit for you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't have a weight limit. I'm platinum. Sweet. And sweet. Yeah. So you guys move through all that. You get onto the airship. So I guess Ratchet, you don't need to check your enormous shotgun, right? You guys are legit. You just say you're, I don't know, air marshals, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. For whatever reason, you're able to take on massive swords and shotguns and things like that, right?
It's not massive. It's sensible.
And is a sword ever sensible?
At some point in history, I'm sure it was.
Yeah, but not in the future, though. Sweet. Okay, so yeah, you're flying Atlantic Airways Skyliner California Express. That's what you're going on. And you have 2 staterooms, each with 3 beds. Wow, it's thought of a lot of things. Even you're on the starboard side, on the right side of the ship.
How slow is this? Why are there beds?
Well, like, you mean how long is the total flight?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a few days, the trip. That's why you're on like a luxury airliner thing. Don't ask. You're getting there in style, not time, right? They apparently don't have jets in the future. Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, it takes like a couple of days to get across. Jet fuel is expensive in the apocalypse. Sorry. we need to lightly get there in the Hindenburg with a little, powered fan at the back, like a dollar store fan. So, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Cool. So why don't we paint the scene a little bit about this airship? I want to know what it looks like. So what is the difference between platinum and your regular seats? Like, what are the regular people's stuff like? And what are the platinum rooms like? I want to hear all about this opulence. Is it like gold and shit in there?
I think since there's beds and this is a week-long trip, I imagine it's pretty similar to trains, right? So like a normal long-distance train ride, there would be like carriages or cars or whatever that have the like a handful of rooms that are those like cramped bunk beds. So I imagine the platinum is like we have like an actual like a suite, right? So there's like actual sitting room, the beds are like spaced out, there's room to walk around like in our own private space.
Ooh.
Lay out like that. Maybe there's like a little bar or cafe near us or something, like we don't have to walk 5 cars just to go to the dining car.
And if it's cyberpunk, like maybe we like you can program your room to like have a certain overlay or like certain like atmosphere that you want it to have, whether it's like beach scene or like somewhere else, so you feel you don't feel like you're in this crap train.
Welcome to the beach. With some guy going like, you should go to California.
But it's like a cyberpunk arm with like a metal muscle.
Yeah, chromed. And it has like the before and after. It's like, while you're here on the ship, there's a Ripper dock, or whatever the, the nice doctors are saying, like, about it, right? Like the, not Ripper dock, they call him like a, the prized physician or whatever.
An
is
augmentation specialist.
Yeah, there you go. That's much better. They're there, and it has like the before and after of some like scrawny looking teenager guy with like pop mark pimples and stuff like that, and then after it's like the beefcake dude, right, on the beach with like flex chrome muscles everywhere and stuff like that. Sweet. What else do we see in this place?
I think like it's clean here. Like all of the surfaces are like shining and there's no dust or fingerprints or dirt or anything. It's just like somebody comes through here and actually like takes care of it, or alternatively like it's maybe not used that much. Like, not many people are rich enough to afford these particular accommodations.
Maybe it even has some sort of like fingerprint resistant coating or something. It's like the material itself just refuses to have fingerprints on it.
Sweet. That's the future, people. But only for the rich. And yeah, I love that. Like, I obviously haven't looked into Home of the Brave too much, but I love that like the luxury things is like this blip that just kind of putters its way across the country. It's pretty awesome. A dirigible. And cool, yeah. So you've got your upgraded luxury suites, and you probably even have like cell phones in each room and all that action. You were instructed about an hour into the flight to call Elliot and make arrangements for Night City and all that kind of stuff. So who is on the call, or is everybody on the call? Or are you even calling? Are you too punk to call the guy?
Who's the most adult out of all of us?
I was like, Iota is napping.
Does
probably Doom.
Does Adriana call? Just like,
Yeah,
they're
she
all
Probably is Doom. Doom is totally the sellout corporate version of punk.
No, Bean is
So,
turning
yeah,
tables in her room.
to make sure that you're getting paid, right?
That's right.
So here's the thing. Elliot gave you a code sentence to give to him that was like code for you have Adriana and everything's fine and all that kind of stuff? What is the code sentence? There is one here, but I'm not using it. It's really stupid.
Because it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's something, I think it's something equally stupid, like the eggs are in the basket.
That's better than this one. So that's good. So he says contacts will be arranged for you at Knight's Station. It's gonna be like think of those movies where the limousine driver is like holding up the signs and you just go with them. There's gonna be somebody like that set up for you. One of his own agents that he has set up for you already. And apparently it's going to be like a 3-day trip of smooth flying. So he just says to enjoy yourselves
3 days
and then
of good weather.
collect a fat check when you're done. So
I can do that.
And remember too, the nice thing about that is that every day you get 200 EB on top of the
that's
final
right,
sum
for expenses.
as well. Yeah,
well, no, all the things we're getting for free.
Expenses come on top as well. So
that's right.
Yeah, so it's just
I should submit a receipt for the ticket upgrades that we didn't pay for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We should order the finest champagne.
Yeah, well, I like that. Like, even in the 80s, there must have been credit card reports, right? Like, in the future, it must be even more detailed. But they're like, I need receipts, bitch. Like,
as if get your receipts.
Yeah, like as if you wouldn't just get like an itemized receipt with the purchase of like a credit card or whatever, right? But whatever, this is how it is.
I'm not brand new to credit card fraud.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Sweet. Okay, so yeah, you've made arrangements. Everything is good. What do people do with their time on the ship? Like, we'll have like a montage of you, like, throughout your time.
Bina dominates whatever entertainment deck they have going on because she is the far superior DJ to whoever they've got in this place.
Oh,
it's just like a cruise liner kind of like thing.
Do they even
did you oust the crappy comedian and start a nightclub in business class?
Yeah, totes.
Awesome.
So, like, do the people even know what's happening? Like, do you go to the entertainment room or whatever that I imagine probably has like a big sort of Casino Royale thing going on, right? So do you just like take over the sound system and start doing stuff or what? Or do you like get up onto an actual stage and like perform for the open mic night thing, but then just never leave or what?
Yeah, I think I like the latter. Like there's probably some like poor musician up there who's like okay but not great, and she's just like heckling them, and then it gets to a part where she's like, do you guys want some real music? And then she gets up and does her DJ thing.
It makes a point that all the bills are put on that account that you flew with. Yeah, so like bar, drinks, other frills, meals are included. So funny. This module cracks me up. Yeah, it's just like all these like minor little details that obviously were deemed very important, I guess, right? To get word count. They're just like, oh yeah, you're on the starboard side. On the right side, just staterooms, they're pretty nice. All this other stuff. So yeah, cool. So what else are people gambling with? The expense account or what? That would be a gamble. Bob.
I think there are a couple of shots of Iota just sort of enjoying the view, and like if anyone ever comes to join her, it's just like join them. It's just like this is nothing. There's nothing here. What do you? And they're like, but it's so beautiful. I think they also want to talk to Adriana and like and make sure she's doing okay, and also try to like figure out more about what's been going on.
That makes sense. What is everybody else doing as well? We'll do that as a whole scene, I think, in a bit. What is other people doing?
I think I want to sneak into another suite and steal someone's suit. Surely someone has a suit on this flight.
Right, sure. Or you could just buy one with the expense account.
No, I want to do something thrilling.
Okay, sounds good.
And I assume I wasn't given the card.
Oh yeah, that's true, right? Someone who is not you is holding on to that and being like, no. Probably Doom, it sounds like.
Yeah, maybe that's the scene. Maybe I like, after I come off the deck after smoking and I like pass Iota, and then I see Doom and I'm like, hey, can I borrow the card? And Doom's maybe like, I want to get a suit. We're landing in Night City. We're gonna get a pickup. I want to like look nice.
Nice. So do we get a shot of you like sizing up people?
Yeah. Wait, that's really good.
Like you're like, that guy's about my size, right? You're like,
Yeah, you see me like watching
Check
people, and then there's like a few jump cuts where I'm like walking very close behind someone to like try and like get a literal size. There's probably a few awkward interactions. Someone turns around and I'm like, sorry. Don't mind me.
nice. And like the whole time the audience is like, what are they doing? Until we get the role for you actually sneaking in and stealing stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be relatively low stakes as well. Just probably like there's going to be rumors going around that there's like thieves on board and stuff like that, and general mistrust, right?
I don't think we need to go that far.
Well, I mean,
Sure,
I think
we
if
look
you
like
steal
that's
some
really
rich people's
funny.
suits, they're definitely the type of people that would raise a hubbub about it, right? They're the ones
Yeah.
that would go to the attendants and be like, "What kind of a ship are you running here? My ship's like missing and all that kind of stuff." It's a rich cruise, right? Or
Yeah.
you're on like the Titanic / Hindenburg, so yeah.
That trip didn't end well for either of those.
Well, you know, it's a loose analogy. So cool. How are you feeling doing this thrilling stealing thing?
I think I'm feeling like a shitty version of a punk, you know? I'm feeling like a dumb teen. I guess joyful, right?
That sounds like it.
I'm amused. I'm excited. Why isn't there a dumb teen feeling? A dumb teen state?
It's an oversight. I failed.
Joyful. Roll submit.
Nice big failure. So, ooh, I know what happens. Okay, so you go in and you like I think these rooms are super like spacious, right? And they have like walk-in closets on both sides with it says like 3 different beds and stuff like that, right? So it's like it's quite a thing. Like you have multiple rooms per thing going on, and you make your way to like the closet, and it's like strange. You open it up, the like lighting comes on overhead slowly as one does, right? And there's just like rows and rows of the exact same suit, right? Like a black suit. It's not even pinstripe. It's just pure black, and you were hoping probably for some like eclectic stuff, right? But this guy's not imaginative, right? He just has the same thing. And I think you're like grabbing the suit and like putting it up to you and putting it like there's a walk-in mirror, of course. And you somehow didn't even notice it, but as you turn around, the guy is there, and he says, "What are you doing?" And he looks like Van Damme, I think, like young Van Damme.
Nothing wrong with old Van Damme.
Yeah, but this one's young.
Omen tosses the suit aside and it just crumples, right? And I think I'm just gonna try to seduce him. I'm gonna seduce my way out of this.
Okay.
So Omen's like, oh, I've been waiting for you. I was getting so bored.
I think he like looks around. He's like not stocky, but like he's built, but in the way that it's like not slimming, you know, like not Arnold or anything, but like somewhere in between that. So he's kind of like his suit has kind of got a stocky appearance to him, right? And he's only like 5'8" or something like that. Well, I shouldn't say only, that's normal. He is normal height. And like chiseled chin and all that kind of stuff. And he says, if you've been waiting for me, you don't need to be in my closet, right? Were you going to hide here and ambush me in the night?
Your suits are just so nice. I got distracted.
You see him like kind of nod as if that's like that is true. That's right, you know, like an unconscious identification with it. And he says, well, whatever you're trying to do here, I suggest you get on with it. And then he like steps a couple paces back, and it's like that moment where he's considering, like his head keeps going towards the door as if to like ring an attendant, or maybe there's like a button or something like that close by for ringing people, right? Like instead of a bell or whatever, it's got like a button for service or something. And he's like keeps looking at that and looking back at you as if like unsure. So what is it that you do?
Well, I guess I'll walk toward him, right? And then what do people who are trying to seduce someone when they were trying to steal their clothes do?
That's what I'm wondering, Darren.
Well, I guess I'll just go for it, because otherwise I'm trapped in the closet.
Yeah, exactly. He did step back, right, to position himself to maybe go for the attendant thing, right?
Oh,
so
yeah,
I think
so I'll walk like in between him, right? And then I'll just like I'll just be like caressing his like unnecessarily large shoulders.
Right. Yes. The extra muscle. Yeah. It's the most sensitive. People don't know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You build them up, but they're like erogenous those. The big balloon erogenous those on the shoulder. Cool. So how are you feeling? Are you still joyful about this?
No, I'm very nervous. I'm a nervous seducer.
This isn't in your wheelhouse. Weird.
I don't have a motorcycle to seduce people with. This is very out of my wheelhouse. I don't even have a garage for this wheels.
All right. Which means you also are taking disadvantage on the roll, right?
Well, I don't know if we need to go that far.
Because it's not within your skill purview, is it?
No, I don't think I can say as a street fighter I'm good at seducing people.
Yeah, feels like that. Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna do scared. Tick. Go. Difficulty disadvantage.
I believe you. I believe in you. Let's see this nomad knock it out of the park. You like threes. Threes are not the best. So I think that though what he does is like it's surprising, right? He doesn't go for the button as you thought he would, especially like a rich person, right? Like it's instead he like catches her hand like really quickly out of the air before it like gets to touch him, right? And he like squeezes it a little too hard. You know how like old people who are always like trying to assert their dominance on you when you're shaking their hand for the first time, and it's really weird and overlong. It's like that, except with grabbing your wrist. And he like looks you in the eyes like steely, like blue steely eyes, and says, I think you'd better leave now. And then maybe we jump cut to what else is people doing? Bina, what are you doing? Oh yeah, you're doing your show, right? Cool.
Yeah,
Did
there's
you?
lots of bisexual lighting happening.
Yeah. What kind of show is it with this
Um,
lighting happening?
Yeah, it's just like DJ synthwave, like turntables, putting on some good tunes. People are dancing now. There's lots of cool neon lighting going on.
I like to think that some of the rich people are like breaking out a little bit, right? Like there's some people that are just like, what the hell is this, right? But then some other people are just like, ah, yes, back when I was a kid, I was doing my liquid, right?
Yeah, it's like every David Guetta like music video. It's like all people and shit getting up on the table.
Yeah. Well, actually, music videos is a thing in this setting typically. Like our setting can obviously be different, but hey, where did Ed go? I just noticed he's
no.
gone.
He's moving to get an Ethernet connection.
Oh, how did you know that?
He put it in the chat.
Did he?
I'm an active chat participant.
Oh, okay. Well, interesting. Okay, so cool. I'm a bad chat participant apparently, but yeah, typically in these 80s 90s retro thing, music videos are like huge. It's like an MTV thing. Like picture what K-pop is now, except American rock, right? So like the production values are about 10,000 times more. You can like jack in and feel what the person singing feeling is like and all that kind of stuff, right? So there's a lot more whatchamacallit. You could kind of think of it as the Hollywood music scene, right? Like that's how much bigger it has become. So
Ooh.
yeah.
Can people like jack into this performance then, and I can make them feel punk?
Sure. Do you want something mechanical out of this performance that we could take to a role, or
Sure, if pos.
like what would
I don't
you
know.
what do you want?
Um. I don't know. I think she's just like getting off on like the like being the center of attention and like having an audience. Maybe like she wants to gain some notoriety or some renown as like a DJ. I don't know what I'm going with this.
How about it kind of helps with Iota's role with Adriana? Because maybe you're like talking after that has gone on or something. Like it helps Adriana endear you to the group or something like that.
Yeah, totes. That sounds good. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
So how are you feeling performing?
Pretty fucking amazing.
Is that joyful, powerful?
I think pretty joyful, like pretty creative.
Cool.
Oops.
Oh wow, that's pretty good. So you guys are either 13 or 3. I like that. It's like all the way or nothing. Okay, cool. So obviously it happens with a critical success. You gain an additional benefit, effect, or advantage in the so doing now or later. So what do you think that is beyond the endearment, which all translate mechanically to give probably advantage to getting information out of Adriana with Iota? What else do you think that you get? You're already in platinum. Do you make them drive faster? I want to get there in 2 days.
Yeah, they're feeling so good they drive faster.
Yeah, they're just like, you know what? Usually we just put these turbines on medium, but I'm feeling crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like anything could happen tonight. Yeah.
Is that what you actually want? I was joking. It can be something that is actually beneficial to your character.
You get a tip jar.
Yeah, I get some mad tips.
Some gigs in Night City.
Oh yeah, like enough of
You
a
go-
reputation to like do some gigs in Night City.
You go
A
viral.
patron. Yeah, yeah, I get the card of someone who like runs gigs and stuff in Night City.
Okay. So you get like spotted basically as a talent.
Yeah, toads.
Cool. Okay. Well, you get some smart paper, just like all these other ones that you guys are gonna get. There's a lot of them in the game. You're gonna be like paper for days, smart paper all the time. Except in the original setting, it's not smart paper; it's just actual paper for some reason. But yeah, sweet. Okay, well, while we're waiting for Ed, why don't we? It's on the hour. Why don't we just take a break and wait for him? Yeah. So why don't we come back at 7:10, or my 7:10, 10 o'clock for, or what, 10 minutes after for everybody. Sounds good. See you in a bit.
See ya. Hi, Lauren. I haven't seen
Kia
you
ora.
forever. What's good?
Like a week?
Like 2 days? 3 days.
Oh yeah.
We didn't
I don't know
have
what's
a
happened,
quiz.
man. My comprehension of time is fucked.
Dog. So after Night Witches, I didn't sleep that night. I had an exam at like 8 o'clock the next day. And then I was so wrecked I couldn't make it to Tyler's game, and I felt super bad. I still do. He's being lovely about it, and that makes it worse.
Oh, well, Tyler is generally
I
very
know.
lovely.
Tyler, just be mean to me. Just hate me.
I sound like you missed a very epic battle. Alex was telling me about it afterwards.
God, I knew it was going to be good too.
They took like a whole army or something like that. Like it was the three of them against like a whole army. And Alex was like, "Fuck it." Of course, I'm running in there and trying to like kill everyone.
Fuck. It's so good. I can't wait. I got to watch the video. I'm really looking forward to it.
I got to write up all my notes from Night Witches as well for the finale.
Oh yeah. Well, for this run's finale, because then we're gonna do it every month.
Exactly. Like I might even keep you guys at angles for just like the last one, since it makes more sense. Before going into Chudgonyaka. Which made me realize like I should have just run the 3 hours out as like interpersonal drama and then saved the night mission for the third session. But say Levy.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay with the night missions, like interrupting the interpersonal drama every now and then, because that's got like a real feeling to it as well. Like, okay, I want to be angry at you, but I can't right now. Like we've got to go and fly together. And of course we're in the same aircraft, even though I'm so angry at you, and then we'll have to deal with it when we land in like 8 hours.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see if people are alive or dead as well, because oh man.
God.
Like I was thinking about it, and it's like the NKVD are fully pointed at the two people who died. So,
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
Who died?
Somer died and Ari died. I killed. Oh, like the game killed 2 players on a training game.
I killed the game. Killed.
Yeah, because the super was the dice. I'm just saying, you guys did not roll very well.
No, we were trash.
Well, yeah.
But it was fun.
Sometimes the most honest thing is a good death.
Yeah, I just felt bad that it's like Ingalls training base, and this is where you learn how to like fly night missions, and like 2 people died.
Well, shit happens.
Yeah. Plus, 2 of them were 2 of the night witches were very drunk.
Oh well, that's why you don't fly when you're drinking.
Yeah,
crash airplanes and shit.
Plus, I really felt I had to like go hard on Ryan for missing that eyeball roll with Natalia, and then putting her in the 3rd plane, and I was like, "Ooh, you did not get away with that!" Like
that was such a bad idea.
And then they died. Those fools. Cool. Okay. So, hopefully Ed is back in a bit. I'm beginning to think he never did find that Ethernet cord. But
Alex reported in the other chat, he said that he's having technical issues. Come on, Fraser.
Yeah. Well, lack of Ethernet cord, that's a technical issue. Right?
That's true.
Yeah. Cool. So, Ratchet, what are you doing on this flight? Well,
so I think I've got like my personal communicator out, and it's like a, those old Sidekick phones with like the QWERTY keyboards. You slid the screen up, and when I first pull it out, I've got like a message from Pitch, like an unread message, and you see me sort of like pause on that for a bit, and then go and make a new message. I start like texting a contact in Night City that's like, I'm going to land in a couple of days. I'm going to need a bike.
So you're getting Pitch to give you the bike?
No, someone else. I think like I'm not talking to Pitch at the moment. I will at some point.
Oh, okay.
And then you go on
Oh,
Tinder?
Yeah, Tinder
Sorry.
on the plane.
Oh, yeah,
Air
yeah,
Tinder.
yeah, oh yeah, Air Tinder definitely. It's
Air
like
Fling.
yeah.
Or maybe it's called Hot Air.
Blimper. Blimper's so good. Blimper and Hot Air is so good.
There's multiple services these days,
Yeah.
right? It's all a me market wherever you are.
Hot Air is the one where like the girls have to respond first.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Well, so you're getting your motorcycle shipped to Night City?
Yeah. I was thinking either get it shipped or get a new one in Night City. I'm not sure which one's punkier. Probably, I think the Duke is a special bike to me. I think I need to get it there.
Right. Well, we can say that you had the foresight to get it shipped on this flight, like it's in the cargo or whatever.
Would you be able to like would a bike be blimp shippable?
Yeah, I imagine so. They got a large cargo area.
This whole thing is like so yeah, carry on bike. This whole blimp is so not weight conscious.
Yeah, but it's the future, so they've managed to solve only some problems.
Well, that's like if I've got my bike and I've got my Tinder, then I think the only thing I really need is just to leave Pitch on red.
To leave what?
To leave Pitch on red. Have you ever left people on red, Fraser?
Oh, I don't know what that means. On red?
Yeah, so when you send someone a message and it gives them a read receipt, it's like they read this message at this time.
Yeah.
But then you don't respond to them, and so they know that you've seen it, but you're pointedly not responding.
Oh, there's a word for that. I just thought
Yeah.
that was being a dick.
Well,
It's just what the read receipt says. It says in red.
Yeah, but you guys are using it meanly, I think. You are weaponizing red situations.
oh, it is. Yeah, it's absolutely.
How the kids do it these days.
Yeah, it is.
I turn that off. I don't send receipts. No receipts.
That's
Oh,
cowardly.
Fraser doesn't get receipts.
Yeah,
Oh,
why?
God.
Because I always reply to people, but I don't want them to be left on red. Yeah. So, anyway, but beside that, so you're just hanging out and listening to the bar stuff. Do you want to
Yeah,
be?
I think. Oh, sorry.
Do you want to be on scene with Iota talking with Adriana or anything?
Yeah. I think we'll have to get up in Adriana.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
So, okay, what is it that where do you approach Adriana or take her to talk to her or whatever?
So I like to think that there's like seats up against the window that are like those diner booths, with like the curved thing and a table in the middle. And when you sit in them, there's probably like a button or a switch that you can hit that puts up like an opaque screen, a bit of a privacy screen. And I think that like just kind of casually lead her to one of those.
Cool. Okay, Iota, are you down with that? Is that where you want to be too, or do you want to catch her in a different conversation, or what?
I can be down with that.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a different idea?
I mean, it might get uncomfortable for Ratchet.
So you want to get her after them, or what?
Sure.
I'm super down with being uncomfortable in this situation.
Sure.
I'm absolutely okay with like being a third in a conversation.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you're in one of these privacy screen things, right? And throughout this process of like getting checked in, going through security and stuff, she has very much given off the impression that like she has not like experienced too much in life so far. Like she pretty much has been quite sheltered by her father, the guy that like commissioned for this thing to happen, for her to be taken to Night City. And so yeah, she's sort of like looking to be led by the hand in most situations, but is like still quick and not like damselly or something about it, right? She's quick and smart and clearly is like just like not got much life experience, that's all, right? Which I guess is pretty normal for a 20-year-old anyway, but cool. So you're got the privacy screen going on. What do you guys say?
So I think it sort of ties into what you were just saying there, but I think Iota just wants to have a moment, and I think there's like small talk happening, and there's a lull in the conversation, and it's tough if you come across this life not by choice. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. It's not easy. I don't know that there's a way for you to go back, Adriana, but you know, we'll do what we can to help, and at the very least, you know, doing this or following your own rules. I mean, nobody's gonna lock you up in a lab or shuttle you around in a limo full of armed guards or chain a briefcase to your wrist unless you're into that kind of thing. You know, it's...
Yes, the little known briefcase kink. Cool. So are you trying to get her to like be more free thinky basically about stuff like whatever it is that like all we basically know so far is that she's going to be delivered to somebody at Night City. Mm-hmm. Right. So ostensibly at least her father doesn't want that life that she's had so far with the lab confinement and stuff, but we don't know what he has in store for her, right? But you're trying to get her to be more like come around to your way of thinking, right? Like the punk lifestyle, or
I mean, I want to have it open as a possibility to her. I think it's more like trying to be upfront with her about the fact that like everything that's happened over the last like 24 hours or however long it's been is probably going to complicate things for her. Like, you know, she stole company information. They don't really probably take kindly to that, and that there are other options. This is sort of like, yeah. So I want, like, my two goals here are to like be frank with her and like try and present myself as a resource if she needs help with anything, but also try and, you know, get her comfortable to like start talking about like, you know, why was she kept there? Like, what was that company doing? Like, does she know who she's meeting? Trying to get a better picture of what's going on.
Okay, sounds good. So, how are you feeling right now? And then you can ask me some questions, and we'll see how amenable she is to giving up info.
I think I am feeling sad.
Why are you feeling sad?
I haven't decided what this is, and I don't want to like have it be some tragic backstory, but I think Iota is just reminded of like when they first got into this world, this lifestyle. And I think there may be some regrets there that it didn't happen exactly how they wanted or something like that. So.
Cool.
So I have advantage from the...
Yeah, does Ratchet help this situation in some way? How are you helping, if so?
Yeah, I think that that Ratchet just like provides this big, like genuine kind of teddy bear personality, just like being there. I think that like he's just got a soft smile, and yeah, just kind of like looks comfortable.
Sounds good. So advantage.
Emotional support. Hey.
There we go.
Here we
Welcome
go.
back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
All right.
Cool. So mid result, I'll give you good information. What is it that you want to know exactly from her? Are you trying to tease out any specific information?
I guess the two things would be like, does she know why they were like keeping her there, or like, you know, what was she working on for this company? Did we get the name of the company?
Yeah, it is. Ooh. Looking for the company. Narcross.
All right.
And that's also like stuff in the vehicles and the armed guards and stuff would have been bearing that kind of standard of the company as well. So it was like a lab, but it's like a big company. Like everyone here would have known as Narcross as like a big megacorp type thing, right? Who has their fingers in many pies. Mm-hmm. Some of it being security, apparently. And let's see. That she was just like she was just doing normal lab tech stuff, but she's like she's always felt like it was a weird situation where people in the lab, especially higher up people, who are more privy to information and stuff, would kind of like be almost like she felt like everyone was like talking behind her back about her, but never to her, you know, like there was information about her that she wasn't privy to and that her father hadn't given her and that other people were aware of in the lab, but not, you know, people on her own level or whatever. So the only people that she could be friends with and stuff like that was like regular lab tech people, and everybody else, it kind of felt like, yeah, there was like this secret, but she never really learned what it was. Otherwise, she's very capable and makes a good salary doing she's like a med tech technically, but also does like a bunch of different other stuff. Yeah, sure, a lab rat is a thing. But yeah, she doesn't really have any idea what kind of like why she would be important or why they would be transferring her or anything like that. Ed, can you mute yourself? You're making a bunch of noise.
And I think the other half of what I wanted to get is like, when we land, do you want to go with whoever's there waiting for you? Or do you just want to turn over this briefcase and like just fuck off? Like,
yeah. Well, the only person that she's ever known, like, is her father, right? So she's very hesitant to break away from all of that and just like I don't know, like freewheel it with with you all. But you can tell she's definitely attracted to the idea and like also the aesthetic of both of you, right? Like she's very corporatized. She's got like I think the pencil skirt and like the like corporatized professional look going on, whereas all of you are kind of like, you know, the aesthetic is not the same. And you can see like her like stealing glances at the clothes and being really like into the aesthetic, but super trepidatious about it. And like, yeah, but I think you've made like a notch in that armor, if that makes sense, right? So you can maybe try again in a bit to see if you can slowly whittle her down or something like that to that. But I think at this point she's like, it doesn't know you well enough to be like, yeah, I'll just run away with you guys, basically, right? But you can tell like that life is appealing to her because the way that she describes it, and she goes into like, you know, detail as much as you would like. It's not like she's holding anything back or anything, but her life has very much been like quarantined-ish, right? Like she's there with her father or she's at the lab, and like that's pretty much it. She has some friends and stuff like that, but you can tell that like her father is overbearing and controlling and stuff like that in a protective, nice way, and not like a creepy, freaky way. Is that good? Cool.
Yeah. I think if the conversation gets like super serious, there's like a moment and then Iona is just like completely changes the topic and is, I don't know. I can't come up with anything but just like a total non sequitur about something like, oh man, have you tried the shrimp yet? Or something.
Okay, sure. And that's when like Tinder matches, right, on Ratchet's phone. And there's just like a tense moment, the pregnant pause. Cool. Okay, so Doom, what are you doing on the ship so far to catch you up? Bina has spun a radical show, and also as a benefit to that, have gotten kind of like a hookup in Night City for this person who's also traveling there and sets up acts. And Iota and Ratchet have kind of schmoozed Adriana a little bit and learned what we just talked about. And Omen has tried to steal a suit from a person and radically fucked it up. And basically Van Damme in a suit told Omen to like fuck off, basically, right? And was kind of like also steely and lightning quick reflexy thing about it too. So there's some like light mystery elements there, maybe. What is it that Doom is doing while all this is transpiring?
Okay, so what I'd like to do is I want to try and like ping all of the devices on the blimp, like ping everybody's data tablet or whatever, and see which ones have more serious encryption than I would expect.
Oh,
and then I'm gonna check them out.
Sounds good. And are you just for the scene of this, are you just like back in your fancy ass opulent places there, or where is this taking place?
Part of me wants to have her just like kicked back on a chaise lounge made of gold and whatever, just like typing away, eating grapes, drinking wine. So yeah, I think that's what's going on.
Are you like, is it jacked into like a neural plug in your head or something like that while you're luxuriously on this lounger. And is the cord gold too? Is it like a supplied cord?
Oh, if they supplied it, then absolutely.
Yeah.
Like a bathrobe. I'm taking that with me.
Well, gold is a better conductor anyway. That's what
really
they always say, right? So.
Right.
Sweet. Okay, so how do you feel doing this hacking stuff? Are you feeling
I am
paranoid or
I'm so happy right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just enjoying the high life.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Let's see. Oh, that is not my character. That is somebody else's character. There we go. It's waiting for something. There we go. All right. And roll dice. Nope, cancel. I need to. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on here. All right, let's try this again. Character sheet. Okay, and I said happy, but so joyful. Yep, I've got that one marked. Normal, submit.
$11. There you go.
Holy
Cool.
moly.
That's a good
awesome.
one. So
Sweet.
10 or more complete success. You do what you set out to do. And what was at stake cannot be lost, which we didn't define because whatever. Cool. So you want to know devices that have really high encryption?
Yeah, I'm just looking for anything out of the ordinary, like something. If anything turns up with like military grade encryption, then I know that they're not supposed to be here, probably.
Yeah, I know exactly what happens. So I think you like ping a device, right? And that's when we cut to Omen in the room. And I think the man in the suit's like phone is like it's a really fancy phone, like maybe like the one from the Matrix where you like click it and it like jets down so you can talk to it, right? That kind of thing. And I think we see it face down and you look towards it after the guy like grabs your wrist and you see that it's got the marking of the corporate narc cross on it, and it buzzes so much that it kind of like flicks over and then it stops. It's as if it's like getting a ring, and that's going to be like the ping, right? But it doesn't show any notifications or anything like that because this is like a hacked, right? So yeah, there you go. So the person that is with Omen has military grade encryption on their phone, and you'll see that they have like a laptop as well on them somewhere in the room. So knowing that, what would you do?
Need to let the others know that there's a threat on the plane, or on the plane.
There's snakes on the plane.
There's snakes on the blimp. But yeah, like get everybody together and let them know that there's somebody on the blimp with serious hardware, and they're probably not here for vacation.
Sweet. And maybe you get like the room number and all that kind of stuff, and then we like get a cut back to Omen. Omen, did you just leave after that? Did you listen to him and get like this call or this info like right outside the room, or are you still in there with him and didn't leave?
mean, I like that I'm still in there with them.
Okay. So you get like a phone call in this awkward moment?
Yeah, as he's getting a phone call, right? Well, a phone call.
Yeah, I think like both your heads turn towards like the buzz, right?
Maybe the scene is that I don't know. Can we do this scene where like we're both grabbing for each other's phones?
Yeah,
Like
sure.
I'm grabbing for his and he's grabbing for mine.
Sure. I think his eyes narrow when he grabs his because it's like there's no notifications or whatever, right? Like he'd be expecting an email or whatever, but nothing's there. And then as he's like checking out his phone, that's when I guess you hear that info from Doom, right? Or Doom, do you just like text it out, or what? How do you disseminate that information?
I try to be a little subtle about it. I'm not just gonna be like conference call, party line, hey everybody, bad guys on the plane. But yeah, like a text message.
Cool, yeah. So you look at your phone, you get a text message, and it's like the room that you're in, right? That they narrowed it to.
Yeah,
so what would you
there's bad guys in this room, and you're like, I know.
yeah. So what do you do? Get the text?
I think I want to throw my phone at his face and try and knock him out. I'm going to distract him. A 1-2 punch.
Okay. So I think harm is on the table. Also, I think Doom, what you find out is like it's the personal cell phone of someone named Gustav Richter. Richter? R-I-C-H-T-E-R.
Richter.
Yeah.
Richter.
Gustav. He was born and raised in Germany. So it says that, it literally says that. So cool. Awesome. So I think, yeah, you're trying to take on this guy and he's going to hurt you a little bit if you fuck up. Is that fair?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good. So how do you feel getting this information and now you're trying to punch him?
I think I feel powerful because I'm like, feel like I'm shifting into like my cyberpunky mode. More than just like joking around trying to steal suits.
And are you a booster?
Yeah.
Are you going to use any of your class slots this session?
I probably should. I was gonna try and like up the stakes, but I don't know what I would up the stakes to. Just want to like knock them out. So
yeah. Well, you can use one to get advantage in the situation, I think, can't you?
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't I have that though if I'm doing like a little fighty stuff? Like fist to fisty?
So when you're doing the stuff that your character's skills are, it just means you roll normally instead of with disadvantage.
Okay.
Advantage is much better than that, even. The only other way to get advantage is by doing it with other people.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna save my class slot because I see number 7 where it says escape a dangerous situation immediately by myself.
Okay, sounds good. So that'll be your fallback.
I'm gonna hold on to that one because I've been rolling bad.
Okay, so how do you feel?
I feel powerful because, yeah, this is my stuff. I'm shifting into cyberpunk mode. Gear cyberpunk.
Instead of trying to wine and dine them, you're just like, oh, I'll just fuck them up. That's what I'm good at.
Well, I think we're past the whining and dining.
That's what I mean. What you were bad at now. Now you're like the opposite.
Well,
of bad at it.
Now I know that he's a bad dude.
Yeah. Doesn't that make you want to romance him even more, though? Isn't that how it works? Cool.
If we weren't on a blimp, maybe.
Fair. Okay, partial success. You succeed, but there is a catch, a compromise, a complication, or retribution to follow. What was at stake is not lost, but may still be in jeopardy. So I think you both get your hits in, right? And you find out that this guy, like you, has wired reflexes as well.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah. I tried to telegraph that, right? When he was like, "Wah, grab your wrist."
Yeah.
But yeah. Cool. So what are you just using like your fists, right? To try to knock him out?
Yeah, I think I left my sword in the room. Once I got on the plane, I was like, bah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I think you both deal damage, and it's like a I think it's that scene where you exchange like a couple little bits of bouts where you're like testing each other's um, combat styles and like weaknesses and stuff like that. And it gets a little bit like you get a hit in, he gets a hit in, you both take 2 harm, I think.
That's some harm.
Yeah. So there's just like it's like a Jason Border scene, right? Where you guys are like each getting your hits in, but it's intense and shit. And then are you gonna try to get out of there? Are you gonna try to take him out, or what's the plan?
No, I was gonna. Yeah, I'm betting.
What?
I'm gonna try to take him out. No, I'm not running away yet.
Okay.
I hack his wires.
Okay. That
No,
sounds
that's
like
what-
a good thing to do.
That's what Lauren wrote.
Cool. So technically what we should do is oh yeah, okay, cool. So what are you still trying to knock him out completely?
Yeah.
Okay, so a full success will be a knockout, right? And then a mid will probably be exchange of harm again. How many boxes of harm can you
Okay.
take?
6. Oh wait, I took my level up. I took the 1 plus harm.
Cool, so
Plus
7.
1 harm.
Okay.
Whatever adding happens.
He's got a cool score of 10, by the way.
What's my cool score?
I don't know. He's got 5 luck too. Combat sense, awareness, notice +7.
Wait, are you waiting for me to roll again? Is that,
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Are you still feeling powerful, or are you a little bit like, this guy's pretty challenging?
I mean, I'm thinking that, but I'm thinking that I'm still feeling powerful, right? That's a good fight.
Yeah. Your kung fu is strong.
Or
Your
maybe,
kung fu is also strong.
maybe I'm feeling happy then, right? Because if it's a good fight and I'm like kind of enjoying it or something.
Yeah. Is that your kink getting
I
your
like
ass
that better.
beat in a fight?
Am I losing?
Okay, you knock him out. Cool. 10 plus. You're lucky.
That's my kink.
You're lucky punk. Okay, so how is it that
Yeah.
you knock him out?
I think that as I was exchanging blows, right, there's we're probably trashing the room too. Like stuff's getting thrown around. Undoubtedly, there were probably exactly 2 lamps when we each threw them at each other, like at the same time. So there's a scene where the lamps just fucking smash together, shatter everywhere. And then I think it gets real wild, and I'm like, I think I just jump off the wall at some point and I like knock him out.
Cool. So you like leap off the wall and just like come down on his head kind of thing?
Yeah, maybe after the lamps shatter, there's like a lot happening in the room, and then out of the dust, Omen has a kicker or something. Whatever you do when you fight, and you knock someone out.
Nice. And then do you like send a text being like dealt with or whatever?
Yeah, I like have to find my phone on the ground because I threw it. And I'm like just like dusting off some like porcelain parts, and like I'm moving the lampshades and like shoving a couch over, and I find it, and there's like probably a few more texts, right? Everyone's like sending things in the group message, and yeah, I think it's just like, got it.
Yeah, everyone's using Cacao Talk. Being like, fuck.
Our sidekicks.
Yeah.
Sidekick Cacao.
Yeah. Cool. So is there like a comical scene where you like throw open these opulent doors and come out and you're all kind of like fucked up a little bit?
And I'm wearing a suit. Damn it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a suit on before I leave that room.
Oh, so like he gets knocked out, and then the next scene is you coming out with one of his suits or whatever, but you're like,
yeah. I'm like limping a little bit maybe, and there's like some cuts on my face.
I love it. Okay, sounds good.
I got my suit.
Nice. All right, so larger scope thing. You are not air marshals technically, so you shouldn't be like killing a person. But what do you do with this guy? Do you just like hope he doesn't like reenact his mission or whatever, or what?
Maybe after. So I probably like stop in the hallway, and I'm like in the bedraggled suit at this point, and yeah, I'll probably just ask back to the group, right? Like maybe now we're on like a group call or on the party line, and I'm like, okay, well, I knocked him out, but should we do something with him?
I know what to do with him. Does he have any data jacks?
Yes.
I am going to hack into his cyberware and turn his nervous system off, basically. I'm just going to like turn his wired reflexes off so he can't move.
Okay. So like,
I mean, it could be a piece of software. I'm just going to upload a virus into his cyberware so he can't use it.
rough day. Okay.
Yeah,
So he,
bad day at the office.
yeah. So he can't use his cyberware, like maybe he has like a cyber leg or something like that.
Well, you said he had wired reflexes, right?
Yeah. Oh, so you're gonna make it so that like
he's so like he's a spaz or something like that.
Right, like the neuro stuff is off.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make him a normal man.
Okay, sounds good. I think you've got. Ooh, actually, yeah, I do want to roll. I think before I was gonna say that I don't want to roll, but I think that the stakes are if you like fail or whatever, it's gonna look like it works, but he gets out of it sooner rather than later, type deal, right?
Okay. Yep.
So it's gonna be like, oh yeah, we took care of him. Da-na-na.
Da-na-na-na.
Yeah. He's also PS in the module. He was called the Ninja.
Ooh.
So yeah.
I'm gonna unninja him.
Yeah.
Ninja settings off. Click. All right. So I think I'm feeling pretty powerful here. Do I have any bonus dice? Am I rolling under any different anything? Difficulty normal?
Yeah, the normal difficulty. You don't have disadvantage because you're using your skills that you should have already. The internet is helping.
The internet always helps me. We're buddies. Okay, and submit.
Cool. So that's a fail. So yeah, I think that.
Oh no!
I think that it does work as far as you're aware, right?
Yeah.
And I think initially it does. It just means that like he probably has some fancy ass Narcross programming or whatever, like a counter virus or something, right?
It's gonna reboot himself and he'll be fine. You turn it off and turn it back on again.
Yeah. So where do you leave him? Just like laying on his bed or something like that? So if mates come in, he's just like, oh, he's sleeping. Taking a little
we
nap.
need to stick him in like a cargo crate in the hold or something like that.
Okay. They might go looking for him.
Lock him in a box.
How are we gonna get him there?
Yeah, that might be another roll. Like, it's fine. We'll just sling him over the shoulder and be like, or what?
He had too much to drink. We're gonna take him back to his room.
Oh, do two of you do the drunken carry thing?
Do we want a weekend at Bernie's?
Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, sounds good.
No, he's fine. He just had too much to drink.
Okay, I think I won't make a roll for that. We'll just say that you can get him in the crate, and we already know that he's going to be like a thorn in your side.
He's going to be a problem later.
Yeah, as a meta thing. Cool. So other than that, that's the like the first evening, right? What do other people want to do? Any other scenes that you want to have before we get to the next day or whatever?
I need to rest.
I want to see if he has any friends. I want to go through his phone and see who has he been contacting and all that good stuff.
He's been talking to Bina. No, just kidding. Impromptu spy. Didn't even know it.
Hitting Bina up.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Sorry, I got something to show you guys later.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, roll to hack the phone then, I guess.
Okay.
I got some info for you. I got some hot takes for you of this fella. If you
Are
get
there cell phone pics in there? Please tell me there's not cell phone pics in there.
yeah, if you fail, you get a
Bunch of selfies.
Okay, well, no, 9 is still a success, but I think as you're reading it, it like starts eradicating or something. Like there's probably some password that you need to put in when you're
Okay.
accessing the file that you didn't know about, like, you know,
Mhm.
some clicks of some buttons or whatever.
It's
But,
just it's deleting itself.
Yeah, but what you managed to get as you quickly skim the document is that Narcross hired him and has been like there's like maybe a picture of like a security cam of Adriana going through security that was like flagged and sent.
Mhm.
And so he was commissioned by Narcross to grab specifically her and Alive. And there's nothing really oddly about like he's supposed to retrieve the information from the whatchamacallit, the files from the lab or whatever that was on the
Mhm. Her
the
briefcase
micro
stuff.
disk
Yep.
thing. But the main priority is her, not that information, which might be a little strange, right?
Yeah.
And this was sent to the shareholders in San Diego. And then the thing that pops up right before, like the climactic thing that you read right before it deletes, is that the shareholders are actually Biotechnica executives overseeing the Narcross project. And then it's just like delete.
Oh, so that's another corporation.
Corporations within corporations within.
Oh no.
Yeah, but
It's
Biotechnica is
corporate.
like top 5 megacorps as
Okay.
opposed to Darkross, which is like, you know, like top 100 or something like that.
Right. Okay.
They're not huge deals, whereas Biotechnica is like, whoa.
Got it.
They're big deals.
Sorry. Biotechnica's like what?
Whoa. They're crazy. They're so high up there and stuff. Biotechnica is known for having really good net runners. P.S. So it makes in the thing, it's like that's why it makes sense that they were able to find and flag Adriana so quickly and get somebody on board, etc. All that kind of stuff. Cool. So, what else do people want to do, if anything?
Can I give Adriana a punk makeover?
Yeah. Roll to see how good it is. No, I'm just kidding. Is the makeover to like also a disguise type thing or what?
Yeah, I was thinking like disguise type thing, but also like I just want to make friends and have fun with her, and like maybe like she sees herself in a punk aesthetic, she's gonna be like, yeah, that's me. Like I want to be that. So I'm gonna give her some of my meme pins and like some of the other like paraphernalia I wear and stuff, and I'm gonna like do her makeup and that kind of thing, and it's gonna be very synthwave. And like jean jackets and stuff, and like maybe a cool mohawk because she's got quite long hair.
She does. I still love that this picture is like, this is how an 18 or 19-year-old looks.
I got some fake piercings if she wants to put on some fake piercings.
Sure. Yeah. I think she's into it because, like I was saying before, the aesthetic is something that she's interested in. And it's also like she's never had the chance to rebel at all against anything, right? Like her dad has kept her under strict controls So yeah, I think we don't need to roll or anything. I don't think we need to be like roll to see
How
how
good is it?
Yeah.
And you know where
I
that aesthetic looks good is at one of my gigs. So if she wants to like come dancing and stuff, like she can totally go punk dancing at the entertainment lounge.
Yeah. So, and that's what, like, that whole scene with you in the evening is like what would be taking place after that then. So,
Yeah.
like, the timeline would be the talk with Iota and Ratchet, and then afterwards makeover, and then after that the entertainment scene, right, where you get the business card or whatever from the talent agency dude or whatever, and then she's there, like we pan back or whatever, get like a flashback to her um living it up on the dance floor for once,
Yeah,
carefree,
totes. I
living
love
it
it.
up like an actual 20-year-old instead of like being in a lab doing some test stuff, whatever. I don't know, doing that lab stuff, lab life work. Cool. So I think the next day, heal 1 harm if you are taking any harm. P.S. Darren, who has been beaten by the ninja. And the next day, though, I think we like open on a scene of like Adriana's punk makeover look, being just like a little bit the day after Krusty, right? And her head throbbing because she's probably never been able to drink alcohol or anything like that. So she's got like a mother of all hangovers and changes into very like comfy clothes, right? Like baggy sweater and stuff like that. And then I think she just like goes to it's probably some weird time because it was the first time that she was being drunk, so she wakes up at like 5 or 6 a.m. or something like that, not enough sleep, right? And goes to like the dining cart like that, and I think some of the hoity-toity people are like, oh my god, right? Like, how can these people be here with us? That kind of thing. And she orders like something that her dad wouldn't have allowed her to have. Like the Denny's equivalent of the future, right? Like something really greasy and gross or whatever. What are you guys all doing? How's your morning? Are other people drunk? Hungover? Can handle it?
Yeah, I'm probably with Adriana drinking a Bloody Mary. Also, you could eating very greasy Denny's food, but this is status quo. This is not a form of rebellion.
Right.
I think I am. I'm seeing this as having like large banquet tables for some reason, but maybe they're just small banquet tables because we're on a blimp. I don't know. I think that I am still in the suit, and I mean not the jacket. I love the jacket in the room, and the shirt is like mostly on buttons, and I have a large cup of coffee, and I'm like kicked back on like 2 legs of the chair, and my foot's propped up on the table, and I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm sorry, everyone.
Nice. Oh wait, I have a thing too. I think in an interlude between those 2 scenes that I described with the entertainment and her waking up drunk, there's like an interlude scene of like somewhere around 1 or 2 a.m. or something like that. We get a cut to the what's it called, where's it called where they like fly the actual plane, the
Cockpit.
Yeah, cockpit. Yeah. Yeah. And so there's like the 2 guys in the normal outfits, right? Like it'll be whatever airline this is with the white and like the gold stripes on their shoulders, like looking like they're pretty cool for piloting this blimp. Right? Except I think one guy turns and he has like a cyber eye that can like zoom in a lot and stuff like that. And they're both jacked into the controls of the system and stuff like that. And one guy's like, easy flying, right? But one guy like looks at the cockpit and he sees like a pair of running lights. Apparently this is like a normal thing. Like I was saying, it's not unusual for local aircraft to fly around giant air flips to see the magnificent sights, day or night. That's what it says. So I just wanted to add that flavor. Yeah, so you have like a sort of like escort, basically, ever since the evening, but you all don't know that. It's all meta knowledge. What? Okay, and then we move forward now. Now. Cool. So, Omen, did you say you were with Adriana?
Yeah, I think I'm with Adriana and Bina.
Everyone eating something real greasy in the future? Eggs Benedict done right?
I just have a cup of coffee.
Oh, well then. Why don't you just take advantage of all the perks? Cool.
I'm probably
Yeah.
in the breakfast area, but I'm still asleep. That was just where I passed out this morning when the drinking stopped. So I'm just like across one of the tables. This is where I live now. That's okay.
I think like maybe you're woken up then by like a butlery looking person, right? Who's like, sir, you can't be here. We're serving breakfast.
They will have to physically remove me. I am not in a state to leave here on my own.
Maybe they come over to Adriana then and they're like, is this person with you? And she looks over and kind of like starts laughing uncontrollably, and maybe like it like starts like a fit of laughter at the table, maybe a little bit, and then maybe, I don't know, one of you guys like grabs Ratchet and just like slings him into a chair. But still sleeping. It's just sitting there eating with y'all, maybe.
Just move the buffet. Let him lay there.
We can't allow that, sir. This.
Did you know we paid for these platinum passes? What kind of service is this?
I'm sure you paid for this, but we have to respect the other guests' wishes, sir, don't we?
So just, scoot the table over.
I think the like, he's just like, can you not just sling him up there with you all? Otherwise, I think if nobody brings Ratchet over, he just like moves one of the empty tables so that it's like over Ratchet, so that he's at least covered.
I'll drag him over, fine.
Okay.
But you'll hear about this from your manager.
Right, and he's got like a name tag that's like Marcel or something, right?
Marcel.
Yeah. Cool. What? Anything else people want to do with their morning?
This get up on Adriana is good. You did good work.
Oh, thanks. I tried my best. I don't know, yeah. And I think it looks even better the day after.
Oh, absolutely. It's like baked in,
Oh yeah.
Much better. The dye kind of like ran onto her. You can see like the streaks of the color.
Yeah, she's got like synthwave, drippy leftovers. It looks great.
Where's Doom? I figured Doom's the kind of person who'd be awake and having like a proper breakfast.
Yeah. Hey, we should do a punk makeover on Doom.
Ooh. Yeah, maybe a night.
Doom is actually a little dressed down this morning. She's not wearing like full business armor. She's in like jeans and a collared shirt, but it's tucked in. And she looks like she's reading the morning news. She's looking at like corporate memos. She's looking at who's expected to make what money, and she's trying to like extrapolate from that to what might be going on in the background of this particular operation.
Are you at the table with us?
Sure. Drinking coffee, reading her pad.
Ed, have you played Cyberpunk 2020 before? I feel like you're very good at this.
Oh yes, and I work in IT, so
Okay. So,
Are you working, Doom?
I'm
This
always
is like
working.
vacation. You just put it down. Enjoy yourself. Luxuriate.
do you
Hmm.
want to? Is this a way of getting more information? I can provide
Yeah.
more information.
Just trying to see if I can find any more information on who's, or not even who is behind it, because we have a pretty good idea of who's behind it, but why?
Why?
What's pushing, uh, was it Biochem or
Biotechnica.
Biotechnica? What's pushing them to want to get Adriana, and why are they doing it through this particular sub corporation?
Right. Cool. Okay, so let's get a roll on the table then, and I will give you
Okay.
good to no information. Just
Good
kidding.
to know information. Okay.
That's
Boom.
good. That's pretty good. Okay, so you know everything. Okay.
It's good of you to finally acknowledge that.
Yeah, Biotechnica in the past have been involved with developing lots of different kind of cybernetics, and in the past they have done very bad experiments to um, animals and stuff like that, trying to develop new technologies. They almost went to court because they tried to grow like a clone, and like the clone died very like savagely, and they kept like trying over and over again and stuff before the court mandated that no one could work in clones. On the timeline it says this happened in 2018, 2 years ago. And yeah, so they're just like overall big players. And what should have happened during those trials is like that mega corporation should have been shut down. But as usual with corporate law in this particular brand of cyberpunk, and most, they were kind of like untouchable. They paid like a fine or whatever, right, for bringing non-human life into consciousness and then allowing it to die multiple times and stuff like that with their little tests. And what else could I tell you? Yeah, they have really good net runners. Oh, and it also seems like they employ multiple AIs to their ends, so they're major players, which is also like a
Kind of a no-no.
yeah, no in a on the DL thing. And
Have we managed to find out from Adriana what is on all those data disks?
no, not yet. You haven't cracked them or whatever, right? It said it would take a few days to do that.
Okay.
If you wanted
Well,
to.
we've got
And
a couple days, so yeah, I think we're gonna have to, because I think that's the key. That's the answer to the questions I've got.
yeah. Also, you know that Biotechnica has the like power to be a big time enemy. Like they can put they've been known to put like tracers on people's accounts, track withdrawals, uh threaten people. Yeah, they're like a big time enemy. It basically is what it
Okay.
says.
Got it. Big
So you all
bad
should be very afraid.
evil corporation.
Yes, corporation coming for you. They're gonna put some stop payments up on you.
I has the fear. I has the fear.
Yeah, and also I think as you're doing this, people are like looking at the windows and stuff like that, and you see that like some hoity-toity people that I think they are like the opposite of you, where they're dressed like old ass like French royalty with like the powdered wigs and like white faces and like the beauty marks and blemished faces and stuff like that. And there's like whisperings that are like a little, you can tell they're trying to gossip loudly, basically. Like, and they're saying like, yeah, they just said that they're day trippers from the local aviation club, motioning out the window. And as you look, you can see like the running lights of the two, like on either side of you, the airplanes, right?
Are those matching airplanes?
What do you mean, like the same type?
Are they the same type of airplane? They have the same type of markings.
Yeah.
Doom looks dubious.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Doom? Between cigarette puffs, you're looking dubious.
I don't think that the local aviation club would have two airplanes that are exactly the same, like the same exact model. Like they bought them at the same time with the same kind of like markings. Seems weird. They'd have their own planes that are tricked out the way they would want them to be tricked out. I don't like this. I have a bad feeling.
Yeah, it seems like people are unable to visually identify them, but they're also saying how like it would be fun, like what the hoity-toity people say is like it would be fun if it was air pirates because they board your plane and that would be exciting. We have, as if they wouldn't be able to.
As if they didn't
anything.
have air pirates in the breakfast nook already. I mean, what are we? You're only air pirates if you're. I mean, what's the difference between pirates and air pirates? It's just pirates in the air. We might as well be pirates.
Yeah, I think the guy is telling the woman that like he's read stories about them being boarded and ransacking the place and stuff like that. And then like I think both of them do look over at you at your table, right? And then they kind of like after a pregnant pause return to their hoity-toity breakfasts. Maybe it is Eggs Benedict. Cool.
Do any of you guys have any ideas about how to identify who's really in those airplanes from here? No?
I'm gonna try to wake up Ratchet. Do you wake up Ratchet? Ratchet, do you know anything about airplanes?
Yeah.
Doom, I think Ratchet knows.
She sort of looks over at Ratchet like, do you know what day it is, Ratchet?
It's daytime? Why did you wake me up?
Planes?
I didn't wake you up.
Oh, yeah. All right, look, you can't wake me up and throw hard questions at me from the start. We'll get to the day thing later. For now,
Fine.
What can I help you with?
She points out the window. Airplanes.
Yes. Correct.
We're in agreement then. What kind of airplanes?
And like he looks out the back and he's like, have you got and like he probably taps himself down. He left it somewhere. Has someone got a like a data pad that I can like get into here?
Yeah. Doom's like, she takes out her spare one and hands it to you.
Spare one. I love it. So these planes, like if they're like registered planes, right? They've got like markings on them. They've got like their call signs tagged on the tail, right? We'll just cyber Google that.
Cyber Google.
Cyber Google. We'll
Does
just
anyone have cybernetic eyes?
We'll just Moogle it.
Oh, too bad.
Oh, man. I barely have regular eyes that work at the moment. Otherwise, planes, like if you want, you can just go to the cockpit and just like they'll be able to tell you who they are because they'll have them like on radio or radar or something.
We'll just go to the cockpit.
Yeah.
Hi, it's the passengers. I had a question about piloting stuff.
You guys have got swords too. I'm sure that either swords or some sweet talking would get you into a cockpit.
Yeah, I think so far Marcel is not having this, right? It's just like, sirs and madams, you cannot go this way. You cannot talk to the pilots. There will be a Q&A in a few hours. That is the designated time to speak to the pilots.
Marcel, can you ask them a question?
You want them to pass notes?
It's a simple question.
I think if you want Marcel to do something for you, it's going to be a roll for sure. You've already been like,
are they air pirates? Check yes or no.
yeah. Well, yeah. So, do you want to convince Marcel to do something?
Yeah, I will. If no one else wants to try and use
you're
Marcel.
good at seducing, right? So you should try it.
Owen's like, Marcel, we're already very unhappy with you. Like ragged suit. Like, but listen, if you could just do me a favor, just pop in, ask the pilots, whom are these planes? That would be great of you. That'd be just fantastic.
Whomst. I think for free, he'll say, and then if you need more information, you'll have to roll. He'll say, they've already identified themselves to the captain as the aviation club, and they can't identify the planes further. We don't have equipment to be able to see them that far
Marcel.
away. Like 1,000 feet away.
Marcel, do you really think that the local aviation club is going to have planes that nobody can identify? Really?
Well, they're just far away, sir. They're keeping quite a distance.
Are we sure that they're not just really small?
I'm done with you, Marcel. Go fill someone's water.
I think he like blusters and he's like, if you cause more trouble, I'm going to signal the authorities and they'll have you confined to the ship for the rest of the evening, sir. And he's
are confined to this ship for the next 2 days.
Marcel, am I not having your shit?
To your stateroom, though. You'll be confined to your stateroom.
You've already been more trouble than we could ever be.
I am doing my job, sir. This is untoward.
You made us drag this poor man to the table when he was sleeping.
Can someone hack Marcel, please?
That's what the swords are for. I don't do anything. I could try. Is Marcel gone?
Nope.
I'm watching him until he leaves. I think they need water over on table.
Wait, he's not leaving because he thinks that you're gonna just make a break for the captain's quarters then, right? So he's positioned like in front to like block your passage further.
Right. I'm gonna answer our question through Marcel, actually. Doom takes out her pad. She sets it down on the table next to her coffee and her eggs Benedict, and she hacks into the blimp computer so that I can pull the IFF from planes. And if that doesn't satisfy me, maybe I'll move us closer to one of them.
Okay, so I think low stakes, at least is going to be Marcel notices and signals the authorities or
Oh,
something.
I'm doing it in front of him.
Yeah, okay. Well, I
Like
think...
I'm looking at him while I'm typing.
Okay, well, I guess
I'm
either
sick of
way.
this guy. I'm sick of this guy. He's going in a crate with the ninja.
Okay, so I think let's see, the stakes will be well, is somebody helping with this, like, to, because I think otherwise, like, Marcel regardless is going to call the authorities on you guys, right?
Do we get that shot of Bina going, fine, fine, and like pushing in Rumbles and Bloody Mary out of the way and then like getting out the turntables and then hooking into like your notebook?
So you're
Yeah.
like distracting him or what? Or you're
For
helping?
help hacking, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had this
But-
picture of your turntables being like this big setup, but maybe they're just like, you know, two little turntables, like those little like video game controller turntables.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
the rock band version.
And you can just like whip them out of a messenger bag and be like.
I tell
Yeah.
Marcel that we're getting the mix ready for tonight. This has nothing to do with what we were just talking about.
That's
Nice.
right.
Okay, so stakes are you get tased by the authorities because they're definitely coming then.
They keep authorities in a closet somewhere on the second deck. Are
He'll
there authorities on the blimp, or is he just like talking out his ass?
no, yeah, there's authorities on the blimp for sure.
Hmm.
He'll be like, there's a wall or something, or he's got some cybernetics that can signal some authorities, right?
All right.
He'll get the mall police to come tase you. So that's the stakes.
The
You can-
blimp police.
You can, yeah, you can do this, but either way, like since you're doing it in front of him, he's gonna signal, and then the stakes are if you like fail or whatever, then they come in and they shoot like tase bolts at you, right?
Okay. Gonna get zapped by the cops.
And you shit
Alright.
yourself. No, I'm just kidding.
A little player agency, please, Fraser.
I'm just trying to make fun consequences. Okay, so how do you feel? And who's leading this? Is it? It sounds like it's Doom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We get in front of him.
Is she mad? She might be mad.
Sounds like it.
I'm fed up with this dude. So, we had 2 +1s, right? So I'm gonna put a 1 in mad.
Cool.
I am.
It does
done.
sound like you're angry.
I am angry. I am done with Marcel.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have any bonuses to this?
You have advantage because you're being.
Oh, I have advantage. Cancel.
Speed is weapon out or turntables.
Whip it out. Whip it out. Okay. Advantage. Submit. Mad. No bonuses. I got a 9.
Mid result. Okay, so you get the thing that you want. So I think you're like doing the hacking as this is happening. He's already pushed the buttons for the authorities, right? And let's see. I think yeah. So you take control of some camera that's meant for the landing gear, maybe, right?
Mhm.
Something like that. And you turn it about and zoom in on the Vipers or whatever. And oh wait, they're Vipers. That's what
that I didn't know the local aviation club had F-16 Vipers.
Yeah. And they're armed as well.
Doom's just sitting there shaking her head like, these people are so unprofessional.
That's when the tase bullet hits you. Yeah, so I think a failure was
She falls over and you see her pad on the table and it's got like Jane's identification of military aircraft and there's a picture of the Viper and it's got like its specifications rolling through and like outlining various armaments.
Yeah, I'm just kidding though.
And she's like,
The failure would have been that, but since it's a mid result, they come in, they point their like bolts at the hackers and says like, you know, cease and desist. We need to escort you back to your staterooms.
Stop typing.
Yeah. Yeah. Put the gear down, sir. So these people, and I think they're like,
say terminate the hack.
in my head, they look like terminate the hack. They look like bellhops, basically, with like the blue hats like that on, right? With like kind of formal wear from Star Trek that's all like blue with like a streak of white down the left side, and like blue trousers to match, right? And yeah, but then they have like white gloves on, right, with like the little indents on the like sides there, and they're holding up these like futuristic guns that like they hold it and then it unfurls in their hands, and there's like a blue bolt inside. You can see like the trank bolts or whatever, right? And they say, I think actually they don't point it right away, but they like make the motion like it's on their holster or whatever. They put their hand on it and they say, "You people need to go back to your staterooms right now, without disturbing the passengers, please." And I think like the same couple that were gossiping are kind of like with delight right now, right? They're like, "Yes, this is exciting." So what do? Do you guys go back to your staterooms, or do you provoke the bellhops?
I wink and blow in a kiss.
Roll to seduce. No. So, do people go back?
Yeah, I guess I will. You're causing enough trouble here.
Yeah,
But
people
on-
retreat.
Yeah, on the way out, it's just like a pointed glare at Marcel. It's like, we're coming for you.
Oh, I want to slap Marcel. I'll do that on my way out.
Oh, do you slap him for real?
Yeah, but just like a little bit.
Okay, I think he just has like a shocked look, and he's like motioning at the bellhops, right, to like shoot.
I'm gonna give
Especially
him a shocked look right back.
Nice. Okay. Sweet. So you go back to your staterooms, right? Cool.
Yeah, the best part is I can do this from my stateroom just as easily as I can from the.
That's why it was funny you're doing right in front of Marcel. Yeah. Cool. So you get back to the staterooms and you tell people that it's like some vipers.
Yep, sit at the table.
Well, you guys, your rooms are probably all connected and stuff, right? Like you probably have estate rooms that each one of you have like three rooms apiece, and they're all like joined, right? Next into the next or whatever.
It's like its own little gated community.
Exactly. Iota, did you want to do something? We haven't done something in a while.
I mean, I don't know that I was at breakfast.
Oh, okay. So, what do you get woken up by them barging in, being like quarantined?
I actually think I like woke up and nobody was there, and I got a little bit restless, and I think I like wandered off possibly to like the like more like commuter class part of the thing of the blimp. I'm basing this off of I was on a train for about 3 days back in February, and there was this one guy who just would like go down like the car and just talk to everyone. And I think Iota is just trying to like make conversation with other passengers and just be like, "So what brings you here? Like, what are you doing?" And
maybe while you're conversing with the people you hear about like that situation, then right, you're like, some random people have been quarantined to their rooms after a disturbance, and I even hear one of the people were slapped.
Gasp. In this dark corporate future, people don't get slapped. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like send off a message to Bina and be like, "Do you guys need something? Are you okay?"
I mean, I'm fine.
Okay.
Did you
Yeah,
record it? Did you record it and send the file while it was happening?
yeah, toes.
There's a gif of the slap.
Yes, yeah, totally. I'm working on making it into a meme pin for my getup as we speak.
Wait, because it's the future. Your pins can have gifs, right?
Yeah,
Like you can have moving. Oh, that's so good. I want those on my denim jacket.
yeah. I can make one for you of like of the Marcel slap if you want, and we can all wear it,
Yeah,
and it'll
yeah,
be really funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that your crew name now? Marcel Slap?
Yes.
It's a new dance move.
Yeah. You're bringing the slap back? Cool. Did you want to do something specific with that scene, though? Like talking to the folks, or is that just flavor?
I don't know. I feel like Iona is sort of aimless just because they're like, well, there's nobody for me to beat up here. Like, so far it's sort of like, all right, I guess we'll just hang out.
Well, maybe
But-
you get like excited about the training room, like how every time you go to the hotel, you're like, I'm gonna work out today, right? And you go to it, and it's like the saddest fucking room that you've ever seen in your life, where it's got like one, like not even like an elliptical. It'll have like a treadmill and like one Bowflex, and that's like it, right? Yeah, a futuristic Bowflex 20,000 or whatever, 2020.
I was trying to think of, since I wasn't involved in the scene in the dining car, if like I could maybe go like talk to the pilots or something, and be like, so what's do with those? Like, do we have any way to deal with them?
Oh, that's funny. Why don't we say that the pilots are chilling in coach right now, like trying to like, I don't want to say slumming it, but they're like, they're, maybe you notice that like they're having a meal in the coach class and they prefer like the food and the ambiance here or something like that, as opposed to the hoity-toity thing where people always want to ask them questions and shit. And you can tell that it's them because they have like black jackets draped over their pilot uniforms that they've taken off with the stripes and stuff like that. And so as you like go past, you spot them dining together, right? And it's like two total like bro dudes, basically, right? With like blonde hair, like maybe both of them have man buns.
All right. Yeah, so I think I'll like, I think I just sit down at their table. I'm like, how's your morning?
And what does Iota look like again, too?
So it's very, like we were talking about, it's sort of like the athleisure look of like, sort of very practical, pretty slim fitting, like leggings on the bottom, and then like a looser, like off the shoulder, sort of, stretch cotton shirt on top. I have a picture on my Roll20 sheet, but like I'm imagining sort of a bob, black hair with like pretty substantial bangs.
Oh yeah, awesome. I see it. Cool.
I think they like kick their feet up on the table.
Oh yeah, those shoes are awesome, right? Like the boot looking things with the pink accents. Is that what they actually look like too in the game?
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. Yeah, so you just basically take over their space. I think they're just like amused, confused. They look like a little tired. They have like bags under their eyes or whatever, right? Like they were probably relieved, and then they were the night shift people, and now like the day shift people or whatever are on it. And yeah, I think they I think like one guy actually just like pushes a coffee over to you and then like orders another and says like, "Can we help you?"
I'm just trying to make conversation, make friends. You guys are the pilots, right?
How could you tell? We're
So sneaky, I know.
yeah, they're just like they have like Under Armour, right? Like on their the Under Armour shirts and like Under Armour, or maybe even like the Lululemon fake dress pant look thing, right? And then the Under Armour shirt, so they're just like, you know, total dude bros. And they say like, yeah, the guy is just like, do we just look like pirates? And sort of like peacocks a little, right? Like puffs out his chest.
I just, you know, I've known a lot of pilots in my time. So is it normal for us to have an escort of like fighter jets?
Well, who said anything about fighter jets?
Are there windows in this coach class dining car?
Yeah, there is, but
Okay.
it is far off, right? It's hard to see
Okay.
with like the naked eye. You just see like the running lights and stuff like that.
I mean, I don't have my eyes are not naked.
Yeah.
Image enhancement. I don't know
Oh,
if
you do have that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sweet. And so, is it like hooked up to your phone or something like that? So when you zoom in, you can like show them or something, or what?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, I think the guy's just like, but they said that they're from the local aviation club in like a really dumbfound Chad kind of way, right? Like, there's honestly, you wouldn't believe how many people fly up here just to check out a ride. So it's not that weird, maybe.
I mean, it is a pretty sweet ride, but like, if they are intent on causing trouble, like, just pop a couple of holes in that big balloon up there and we're done for? Or...
Don't worry, little lady. We know evasive maneuvers.
This thing moves like 5 miles an hour. You could.
I think the guy corrects you with whatever the right speed is, like 20 or whatever.
20
right?
knots.
Yeah, 29 or whatever, 29.4. It's like the only thing they remember from aviation school or whatever, right? So, yeah, but the I think one of them is kind of like sweating a little bit, and the other guy has been doing all of the talking so far, right? Like he was chiming in and trying to like be dude bro-y with you, sort of like flirtatious, but the other guy, as soon as you like show the vipers, he's like clammed up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just as long as, you know, as long as the two of you know what you're doing, then we'll be fine, right? It's not like you need help from, you know, folks like me or my friends.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we're good. And he like hits the other guy's arm and he's like, right, Brock, we got this. And Brock is like, well, yeah, we've got it. But he's definitely like getting more like perspiring and like, I don't know about this. Fighter jets, that's not good.
Well, Brad and Chalk are, yeah. Here's my card. And
nice to meet you, Chalk. It's Brock, whatever.
You know, if something comes up, I'm not going anywhere. Like, stuck on the blimp. So.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm stuck on the blimp.
Adam makes like the call me sign and sort of takes off.
Right. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I think you like start making your way up to the staterooms, right? Time passes just a little bit and we see you coming back. And Now I need to ask people where they are.
We're quarantined in the stateroom.
So everyone's still in the staterooms? It's kind of important to know.
I'm afraid by how happy you look right now.
Are we rolling for initiative?
No. It is pretty funny though.
I'm
I think-
I'm on our deck outside of our stateroom smoking. That's where Omen's at.
Okay.
I'm carving Marcel's name into the wall behind my bed.
As like a you'll kill him one day or like what?
Yeah, as like someone will see this and tell him that they saw his name. I want this to get back to him.
Okay, snap. Okay.
I
And everybody.
I want a shot of Bina trading. I'm so sorry. I forgot your character's name, Darren. Omen. I want to see a shot of Bina trading Omen a cigarette for a meme badge of Marcel getting slapped.
Absolutely.
Nice. And where's Doom?
I think that Doom is spending as much time as possible in the public areas of the blimp around Marcel, using any technology she has at hand.
Okay, so that's good.
She may just be like browsing Facebook on her phone, but it looks like she's hacking something.
Cool.
I'm giving him a hard time. I'm literally being aggressively in his face about being present.
Okay, sounds good.
I am a passenger on your blimp, sir, and I will be served by you.
Okay, so you keep asking for Marcel whenever you need something, basically?
Yes, that's correct.
Cool. Okay,
Can I help you? I'd like Marcel to bring me a glass of water, please.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so
Can I? I think Iota has like found like this young. Sorry about the cats. This young couple who like has a kid who's like freaking out, and I think they're like afraid to like sit with the kid and like be like, no, you guys just take, I don't know, like making friends and being like, you know, go for a walk, go grab something to eat, we'll be fine.
right.
Trying to be helpful.
Cool. Okay, I like it. So then who is it that sees the ninja? I wonder where's Bina again?
I strategically placed myself next to the one who fought a lot. I'm smoking cigarettes with Omen.
Oh yeah, right. Okay. So I think maybe on it's called the Air Lounge / recreation area. PS. That's where you are. You guys are the first to see a missile strike the cockpit then. I like Darren's face with that. Yeah. Cool. So all you hear is like the chime of saying like, we're now flying over Goodlettsville, a small town between Nashville and Tennessee, Kentucky, and then boom, it just like explodes, and it strikes the cockpit, right, demolishing it, and things start getting shitty from there. So, oh, that's kind of boring. I don't want that. So you see the Vipers like obviously fly in, and they do like a strafing run that like starts absolutely like peppering the ship with bullets right after the deck explodes, right? They're doing like strafing runs and shit. Yeah, the second volley ruptures several helium cells in the inflated part of the airship. As the ship goes down, the fighters will strafe with the passenger compartments and surviving buoyancy chambers. So you have to make a choice. Stay near the windows so that you can escape when the airship touches down, or move to the inside where they are safer from gunfire, but may have a harder time escaping in the burning wreck. So what's the choice?
Where's the lifeboats at?
There is none, I guess.
Yeah, that probably makes sense, actually. You just sit in your seat in an airplane, so.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. If you weren't gonna say where you were, then there's like, just roll a d6 for them and tell them where they are. I'm like, okay, rough day.
Oh man, I'm gonna be up against that window.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna stay on the balcony.
Just chill on that balcony.
I don't know. I'm gonna be the first one off.
Right, okay. Alex, who could have seen this coming? Yeah, it's not. I have like the worst poker face. I'm just like so excited. I'm like, oh shit, now they're gonna get shot. Cool. So if you're by the window, you'll see the ground coming, and you'll be able to take cover or roll with the impact. So you'll have to roll an acrobatics check, apparently. Basically, I just want rolls to see how well you come out of the ship. The stakes are going to be like harm for sure, right? As we put these scenes together to see how well people come out of this blimp crash.
These physics are rollers.
Oh, wait, Fraser, I have a thing. I have a cinematic thing. Is there any chance that as this blimp is like slowly crashing towards the ground, I can make it down to the cargo area? Because I want to ride out of this flaming wreck on my bike.
Sure, it's all one roll, right? So why not? I love it.
I'm gonna ramp it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Okay, well then this changes it. Okay, so we'll say that there's a missile, right, that hits the cockpit, and then we see Ratchet run for the bike, right, instinctively trying to save it after carving out Marcel's name. And then I think you like get to your ride and like sweep off the coverings that they put on it, right, for the storage. And that's when like the ninja shows himself, but that's when the second missile hits, right, and it blows out the cargo area, like Mission Impossible style. So he's just like, he's ready for you. He's like aiming his gun and he's like, I've got you now, right? And then it's just like, okay, cool. So I like that.
That is perfect.
So if you stay by the window, well, either way, I just want rolls from both. Yeah, there's some more shit in this module that I'm not going to deal with, though. There's just like, you have to roll to evade the gunfire of the strafing rounds and stuff. I'm like, I think a crashing ship is enough. We'll just deal with that. Cool. So let's just see how well everyone comes out of it, and then we can build the scene and narrate something cool to end on. Tell me how you're feeling.
I'm mad.
Mad.
I'm mad AF. Wait, I don't know how rules work.
Yeah, I'm sure Adriana would be with somebody. It sounds like maybe with either Iota or Bina, based on previous conversations, whichever one you guys think. She has the benefit of plot armor, I will say, at this one.
Like, can I hold on to her then?
Sure. Yeah, you're my bride, bitch.
Hide behind her from the plot. You can't get me. I'm behind an NPC.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh. I rolled some sixes.
Oh, Ratchet.
I rolled the 6 and I feel bad about it.
Oh, I didn't scroll down. I was like, what?
Fraser, we're supposed to be subtracting the linked state, right? When we roll the other one.
Yeah.
Making sure that's real.
Yeah. I'll try to hook up the Apocalypse World sheets that I have next time. Might be easier. I'm feeling hungry. So is Adriana. Hungry for life.
Remind me what the values that we get are again, because I've completely forgotten.
It's let's see. It is the normal D&D spread, which is 21100 -1.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, I hadn't assigned a stat to Mad.
Oh.
2110 -2 zeros and 2. Yeah, no, Mad is definitely where my 2's going. So that's going to be an 8.
Sounds good.
I'm okay with that.
So mid result.
Okay.
The
Working
0 is
here.
not great. So weird. Oh, so it's a 10. It must be, right? Yeah.
I had a 10.
Decrease. Weird.
But yeah, Omen rolled a 10 above, like at the top, and that came out as a 10. If
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, the one that's a 0 was me. I accidentally pushed something in the character sheet,
Okay. Sounds
and it rolled an extra set.
okay.
It is
apparently that
unnecessary.
zero is better than that 6 you rolled. Apparently, it's got a little green box around it.
Yeah,
There
you
you
got
go.
the most 0. So you got a mid result. Omen's good. Venus got a mid result. Iota's got a mid result. And Doom failed.
Doom must have been with Ratchet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Ratchet got a mid result, so better than you still.
Yeah.
Because Ratchet forgot to add the +2 to Mad, right? Because you didn't assign a stat. So everyone's pretty
Correct.
good, except for Doom, who gets blown up in the missile. No, just kidding.
Gets blown up.
So let's see.
It's all right. You guys have another hacker.
Let me just do. Cool. So. Oh, nice. Wow, I rolled really shitty anyway. So you get mid results take 1 harm, AP, and fail you take 2 only, which is pretty dang good. It's like basically just like bruised up and shit. So that's pretty good. As the crashing wreckage drives into the ground. Okay, so what happens is there's like a emergency buoyancy system that adds to this fairly slow fall. But it still ends in the complete destruction of the airship and will land in a lightly wooded area. So knowing that with your rolls, why don't you narrate to me how you guys don't end up in a complete burning pile of wreckage and death? However you want. How about Iota? Do you want to start?
Sure. I'm trying to figure out how to not make mine super sad because Leslie was on screen with these new parents and their baby.
You save the baby.
But then we have to take care of a baby.
Just save all 3 of them. It's fine.
Maybe there is like a maybe just say there is an escape pod, right? And you get them to it, but then something happens to you.
Yeah, I like that. I think maybe there's like rooms with harnesses or something, so like even if it lands, you like don't get super jostled around and they're padded or something. And like I get them in there, but there's not room for me, so I just So I take one. I think I like wind up like sliding down a hallway or something and like in through a window out onto the ground.
Cool. Omen.
My exit is anime as fuck because I'm gonna use my cool wide reflexes, and as I'm like standing on the balcony and this blimp is like kind of tipping and like floating and like slowly going down and getting like blown up and bullets and crap, it gets to the right angle, and then I just like jump off to the side of it, and I'm kind of like sliding down it and scaling down at the same time, and like doing fucking Naruto hops, that type of stuff, and like dodging bullets because fighter jets don't have shit on me. And then I think we're gonna get to like the canopy right at the tree line. I just like leap off and land on a branch. In a tree, whatever. I probably like jump into the tree and then fuck it up and like tumble onto the ground at that point.
Sweet. Okay. What about Doom?
I think Doom. Well, Doom took 2 harm, so I think Doom might be in a little bit of trouble. Not sure where she was. But I think we see her crawling out of the flaming wreckage like after it's all hit the ground. She couldn't jump clear. She couldn't find a parachute or a padded room. She's just like taking the worst of it. Everybody else is like Legolas running around on tree limbs and stuff, and I'm just doing one of those crawling out, burning all this behind me.
Cool. Okay, and Beta.
Yeah, no, I think the whole thing is like from the perspective of like Bina's veiled goggles, as it's like steady information like, oh shit, like the airship's like going down towards that trajectory and the grad's there, so like you're super fucked. And I think like she probably makes a dash for like where the parachutes are or whatever with Adriana, but there's like one left, so it's like, oh fuck, now I've got to like, if we're gonna like jump off of this thing and gotta like recalibrate it for 2 people and stuff, and this parachute like isn't built for maintaining the weight of 2 humans, so like she like jumps off like clutching onto Adriana, and maybe like a bit of debris like shoots through like some of the I don't know, whatever cool material is made out of, like solar material, I don't know, like solar paneling material, and then she can't quite like get the calibration right for 2 people, so she ends up in a tree in this wooded area, so like you get the shot of like Bina kind of like beetling, like struggling, hanging from this tree with Adriana.
Cool. And you got hurt in the process, right?
Yeah, totes.
Owie.
Let leaves and sticks and stuff in my hair and clothes. And
Nice.
raining into a tree.
Did you pull it off? It's a movie. It's fine. Cool. And finally, Ratchet.
I think there's a scene of like Ratchet flooring this bike up the middle of the airship as it's like bits are falling away and bullets are like lacing through it from the cannons on the Vipers. And as he sort of like passes by the breakfast area, you can see Marcel like struggling to keep order in it. And Ratchet like pulls up and stops, gives Marcel the finger, and then like floors the bike out the breakfast window. And there's like there's like an explosion behind him, and he's silhouetted by like the bloom of the explosion. And when the bike lands, when the Duke lands on the ground, it just like compresses and slides out from underneath him, and Ratchet rolls, and like the leather jacket scuffs and tears, and it just shakes it up, and you see the airship like burning in the background.
Cool. Yeah, and then we get like the classic closing shot of like each character in their respective positions, but also like the fabric of the balloon ripped and torn and like kind of all over the place in this forest, making like a weird kind of not like trapped in area, but it starts fires in the forest from all the burning. There's eruptions, there's pandemonium, there's lots of people dead, and there's lots of people that are like, screaming and shouting and running around and stuff like that. It's a site of a lot of chaos, and it's like executive producer, right? Sweet. So
I was wondering why we were drawing that 3-day trip out to 3 actual days.
yeah, but yeah, I think even in the book it's even longer. I was like, damn, that's a long ass trip right there. But so you get 1,000 XP and $200. Euro dollars, I should say.
Did we steal Marcel's tips?
No, because you get wired $200 per day. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. Wait a minute. That was at least 2 days worth.
What was it?
Yeah, we went to sleep.
Okay, $400. We went to sleep. But don't ask me to next week for it on that day. I'll remember this.
Wait, you said 1,000 XP and 400. Does the XP increase based on the Euro bucks?
Yeah, this one does, because it's.
Oh my god, this is so confusing.
Because so it's you count that towards XP because it's hurting an institution, and you learned that it was hurting an institution, right? Like you're going against Narcross and Biotechnica.
That's right.
They clearly want Ariana for some reason, and probably that data that she had in the briefcase.
And they're super not subtle about how they're going to get it as well. They're like,
yeah, they're just like, oh, you guys are on a plane. We got a ninja.
Oh,
So
the fact
also,
that he was called Ninja, I love it.
yeah, Gustav Reiter, the ninja, the German ninja. Yeah, see, like it says, Gustav was born and raised in Germany, spending several years in a crack Bundeswehr anti-terrorist team before taking a lucrative job as a corporate agent and operative for the mighty EBM, Europe's largest corporation. After 10 years in the EBM fold, he went freelance, and he has made a profitable living as a corporate ninja until he got fucked up. And then he got messed up real good. Yeah, cool. So XP wise, $1,400, $400 money. And if you level up, then you say what cyberpunks have heard of you as your rep grows in reputation.
What's our next level up?
5.
Oh.
What are you at?
4,400.
Oh, so close. Maybe if you tried a little harder, Darren.
I slapped Marcel.
It's true.
How
You
much
can take 10
experience?
XP for that.
I will. I'm gonna write that down.
Okay, sounds good.
Every little bit helps. Now
Every little bit.
I'm only 590 away.
Yep. This is good. It is good. Okay, cool. I'm gonna stop